It seems today that all we see are useless magic trailers you can't believe. So where are those informed, honest people who help you choose what to buy? With PropDog you can always rely. PropDog are a team who will always aim to please you. Integrity and service that you can't deny. It's time for PropDog Live!
Hello and welcome to PropDog Live.
Hello.
Right, so again, just the two of us. Four of us. Jason's still away on furlough. Amelia's gone home for the day. So it's going to be a fairly quick live today because we haven't really got anything to talk about.
Pretty much.
Lockdown privileges, yeah. So and I have a rotten cold as well. Cold, not COVID. No COVID symptoms, just a lot of sniffling and snorting, and hence all the
flu. It's man flu.
Man flu, yes, of course, yeah. It's terrible, man flu. So yeah, it's gonna be a fairly short live today. So excuse me, let's just call this more of a hangout between friends, shall we?
Yep.
So yeah, just anything you guys want to talk about today, anything you want us to talk about, any advice that maybe we can offer you, any advice you want to ask that our massive audience can help you out with. If there's anything in the shop you want to have a look at, we're more than happy to go and grab something and open it up and show you inside. We may or may not know anything about the product, but we may just be able to help you out with something, you never know. Other than that, yeah, let's just...
It's a free-for-all, isn't it?
Free-for-all, but let's keep it fairly short today. As I said, I am feeling absolute pants. So let's try and keep it down to about an hour as opposed to the 2 hours. Some of them have been quite recently.
And let Dave know he's still looking good. He's still looking good, isn't he?
Yeah, quite my big red nose and my lots of sneezing. So there we go. And first thing that comes up is a message from Jason saying, I'm working.
Yeah.
In bed. Yeah, he's in bed like this. He's sitting there watching Netflix. Every now and again he checks his phone.
So he rings up and asks us some really pointless things, doesn't he? Just to let us know that he is actually awake.
Just to tell us he's
working.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Right, okay, so Finley.
Well done, Finley.
Keeping it up, Finley, keeping it up. What's the word? Consistency. Always at the top. Proper winner. Robert Van Buren is second. He says hi. Otto says good afternoon everyone. There's a blizzard going on outside, so cuddling with a cat while watching PropDog Live is very good. It's a very welcome distraction. It's not a blizzard outside, but it's fairly cold out there. Pretty nippy over here, but what we consider nippy over here is probably what you sunbathing lot are over there. So
it's just miserable over here. A blizzard would be much more excitement.
I'd rather have snow than cold and sleet.
It's just wet, damp and horrible.
So I walked back yesterday morning and by the time I got into work, it was just miserable. Cold and miserable. So, but he's cuddling his cat and we can cuddle our pooch. Hey, birdie. Hey, birdie. Right, Stefan is there. He says, hi all. Jordan's there. He says, hey. Jordan Wells and Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis says, hey peeps. John Middleton says, afternoon all. Matthew Colley is there. Damn it, thirds of Jordan Wells, mate. To beat Finley, you've got to be on another planet, a completely different level, I tell you. Finley is the master, aren't you, Finley, buddy? Adam Bonus says, hello plus. Hello plus. Hello minus. Hi Dave, Alex, Bobo and Aki, says Robert Van Buren. Chris Watts says happy Friday, Prop Doggers. Lots of happy Fridays. No, I don't think I was first, says Finley. You are on our screen, mate. Happy Poets Day, Charlie. I hope you've been
concentrating in your Zoom lessons. So we
disciplining yourself with your.
We should get a little test for him. I don't know what he's studying, but we'll quiz you.
Jordan says, hope everyone is well. We are well, other than my little cold. Ryan Adams says, has Alex received my email in reply to this?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah. So Ryan sent us a video of him performing the routine, the coin matrix routine that's in Monarch.
Oh, okay.
By Avi Yap.
Right, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
So he does it very well. Does it poker chips. So I shall stick that on our page and share it, and also share the link to Ryan's YouTube. So
awesome.
You can watch more.
Andy Tingley says, hello guts. PropDog Friday.
Okay.
We know what you mean, mate. We know what you mean. Martin Elbaum says, good afternoon, PropDoggers. Greetings from snowed in Switzerland. Everyone's snowed in everyone's snowed in outside the UK, outside of the EU. No, in the EU. We're outside the EU.
We're outside the EU, believe it or not.
Everyone's snowed in east of us. Robert Van Buren says, how is the fox saga? I've quit the fox catching at the moment purely because Aki being let out in the garden every 5 minutes, I can't have the cage set up with the trap and Aki in the garden because Aki would just go straight in and boom, set the trap off. So at some point, I mean, the fox is still coming back. The cameras are still out there. He comes back several times throughout the night. Every single night he's showing up on the camera. But what I will do when I get time is to block off the side area of my garden so Aki can't get down there and reset the trap up. And hopefully he's quite used to the cage by now. But yeah, at the moment with Aki around, I can't really do it. Jonas says, hello everyone from cool Sweden. Oh yeah, with regards to the fox as well, there is an extra incentive because obviously letting Aki out in the garden, I do let him out at nights as well, and I do keep an eye on him, but I don't want to be in a situation where I let him out, he goes outside, and being a young pooch, the fox is out there, you never know, he might attack him or something, so extra incentive to get rid of that nasty fox. Josh is there, he says, hey guys, hello Josh, my friend, I hope you are well. Hope you feel better, says Bob Terada. Sure, says Otter. Tom Cocker says, hello. Hope you guys, or hope you're well, guys. Yes, we are. What? Aki's found his voice. It's quite hilarious. Haven't you? He started barking, not aggressively, but if somebody comes in, for example, a delivery man comes in, as soon as the door opens, Aki's like, straight up to the door barking, aren't you? Even when Mila comes down the stairs or you come down the stairs, he starts barking. So, it's quite hilarious. I've also, I haven't seen the video as well. If you know the old-fashioned shop doorbells where you open the door and it rings a little bell, I've rigged one of those up here and downstairs. So Aki's now taught that if he wants to go out, he goes over to the door, rings the bell, and then we know he wants to go out and go to the toilet. It's quite cool. Check it out on the Facebook page. There's a video of it. It's quite adorable.
Yep. Mila hasn't quite managed to do it yet. But
no, I've got no chance of teaching Mila or Jason to do that. Yeah. Frank Valenti says, happy Friday fellows, glad to see you all again. And you, Frank, thanks for joining us from across the pond every day. So it's must be about, what, 10 AM over there, so that's not too bad, I guess. Chris Watts says, thank you, last week's competition prize came in the post this morning. You're most welcome, Chris, and thank you for entering, as always. Jordan says, the video of Aki both barking at the doorbells are adorable. Yes. Well, there's one video of Aki barking at the TV, and then there's one of him not barking at the doorbells, but clicking the doorbells. Lay off Jason, he's working, says Jonas. Yeah.
Yeah, right, yep.
Yeah. You know all about that, wouldn't you, Jonas? Andy Lewis is there. He says, hiya. Hello, Andy. Hope all is well, buddy. Andy Tingley, is Magnet O the same as the one Savage done?
I don't know.
Is that Fred Savage?
Yeah,
from
the Golden Years.
The Golden Years, yeah. Is that the Golden
Wonder Years?
Wonder Years, yeah. Or is that Adam Savage from? Well, he's not on Mythbusters anymore. Is he?
I don't know. What is the Savage one? I mean, Savage. I can tell you. Can we say what Magnet O is? Can we give away?
Did Jason do it? Because Jason's rather savage. Not sure, Andy. Let us know, mate. Seth Kramer says hi from New York. Hello, Seth. I hope all is well. Josh says, I can't wait for when I'm able to come and see you guys, and I'm still going to bring my camera and take some pics of Aki for you. Thank you, Josh. He'll be an old grey dog by then, with a little doggy Zimmer frame probably. Charlie Robinson said, Magnet O seems pretty expensive for a gimmick just to make a coin fall over.
I was talking to someone about this actually on the phone, and I sort of think, part of me thinks, yes, you're right. Part of me thinks if you put that in the middle of the table with the coin on it and put a glass over it, and you got everyone to concentrate on it, and the coin fell off, you could get gasps. You could set it up. It could be really, really powerful, even though it's a simple one.
We did kind of have this discussion, didn't we, about different things? Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like Fall came out. It does the pretty much same thing as Fall, except Fall is more of a time thing with the old time gel that gravity feeds it and falls off. What I do like about this Magnet O is that you can do it on a timer or instantly, and being electronic, there's no need to kind of cleverly balance it and then wait slowly for the gel to go down, and hopefully it's warm enough that the gel goes fast, because if it's too cold it's too slow. So it is more accurate than that, and I think personally I don't think I'd use it in a routine where I will put it on the table and say, hey guys, watch this. I will go to a table, I'll put it down, and I'll get everyone to hold hands and get everyone to start concentrating on it. Say, come on guys, right, we're going to do this together. We're going to use the power of thought, okay? We're going to count down from 5 to 1. And on 1, I want everyone just to think 4. No one touch the table. Maybe hold your hands up here, and I'll get everyone involved so that I'm not doing it, but everyone is doing it. That way, I think is a lot more impressive as an effect. That's personally the way I would perform it, rather than saying, hey, look how good I am. I can make this move without touching it. And if you do that, people, I think, will... I don't know, they'll be thinking of anything from thread to you with a magnet pushing it away or kicking the table or something. But if you've got everyone involved and you're holding hands with them, not necessarily now, obviously, and when all this stuff is over. But
I think there is a slight. I think in the description it says it's completely examinable, which it is after.
That's naughty. Yeah, it's naughty to say that because it is examinable in the I don't know. You pick up any gimmick over here. What we got over here? Cube to chocolate. That's examinable if I then switch it out for something else. You know, it's like anything's examinable if you switch it. But if you know, to me, totally examinable means you can do the effect, walk away, and say, "Here, check it out if you want," and you don't do anything, and then they can check it. So to say it's completely examinable is a bit of a naughty white lie, but they don't need to say that. You know, and it also bugs me when people say. Oh yes, there's no threads involved, no magnets, no this, and there's one thing they don't mention that you don't need to say none of this, and this, and miss out the one thing. You know, it's I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I mean, yeah, you could do it cheaper with thread, to be honest.
Yes.
But you know.
Did you hear the sad news about?
Oh yes, David Roth passed away. I found out about 2 minutes ago. Forgot to tell you.
Oh wow, okay, I did not know about that. Oh, what a shame. I met David Roth once. I went to Phantasma up in New York. Went up to the shop up there, and he served us. It was me and Jamie.
Oh, wow.
Me and Jamie Raven. It was all about 15 years ago now. I went to New York and a little chat with him. Yeah, very nice. You're slowly working your way over, aren't you? That's a bed for you to lie on. It's a bed for you to lie on. Yeah, but yeah, that's very sad. Does anyone know how? Is it a COVID thing, or is it? I
don't know. 'Cause I don't think.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was ill.
I'm trying to think. How old he probably? I mean, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen a picture of him for a long time, and he hasn't aged in his DVDs, unfortunately.
When we met him, I would say he was in his late 60s. I think. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But so yeah, he could have been 75 plus, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, what a shame. A legend. They all go at some point, I guess. Walter says, "Good afternoon, all doggers. Feel better soon, Dave? Yeah, it's only a cold. It will pass. It will pass." Phil Taylor, hello Phil. He says, "F me, PropDog has turned into a pet shop." Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I could just do it without the pets, but we got them. Why not? I mean, that's cute as hell. That's cute as hell. People tune in for the pets, not us. I mean, come on, let's face it.
How big does Zaki have to be before he's not going to be on the counter?
When he falls off.
Okay, I'm just wondering, we're going to end up with a full size.
Aki will never be that big. So he's at the moment 2.8 kilos. He'll only ever grow to about 8.5, 9 kilos. So, but yeah, there'll be a time when he's too big for it. But then what we'll do, we'll get a nice big couch and we'll have him on the couch. We'll all sit on the couch. That'll be the way ahead.
That's the way. I think sitting on the sofa with a dog.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Maybe 3 of us just like
The Wizard PropDog review. But yeah, Phil. What can I say, mate? Got a dog. Might as well have him on the show. You know, people tune in for it. Much better than watching us Muppets. Simone says, just heard that. Done that one already. Stacey Aslett is there. Hello, Stacey. I hope all is well. Stacey, look, it's Aki. Stacey is one of Aki's biggest fans. She only tunes in to see you, doesn't she? Hey, yes. Tom Cooker says, "I'm taking part in a talent show for the Holiday Park company I work for. I need to perform a 3 to 5 minute pre-recorded routine. Any ideas for great tricks routines in this time frame that can get the whole audience involved?"
I'm immediately thinking of Woody Harrigan's Love Ritual, or Find Your Other Half, whatever it was called in the book. Love Ritual thing where everyone rips their cards up and throws them around. You could even do that pre-recorded.
Yeah, pre-recorded, obviously it means it's a one-way thing. It's not a two-way thing in any way, which is difficult. That comes on to more kind of, the manip stuff really in a way, I guess. Showy off stuff.
It's hard to think of getting people involved if you've actually recorded it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's probably one of those things you have to get a bit of thought behind. So not really somebody can sit down and have a brainstorm now over the live. It's more something that drop us an email and then we'll have a little brainstorm between us if we can show you any ideas. But nothing rolls off the head straight away.
Yeah, ping us an email.
Yeah,
it's
ping us an email.
a nice challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is facial hair different? Says Peter Booth. Yes, it is actually, Peter. Yeah. So where I have my goatee normally, I kind of trim the inside and the outside, and I noticed I was trimming the inside too much, and it was going wider and wider and wider around my face. I didn't want to have this goatee down there, so I thought I'd just shave off and regrow it. And I just thought I'll experiment a bit while I'm there. So what do you reckon?
No.
Gives me a fatter, older look, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you look more like a comedy character.
Just want to look on there to see it.
Yeah, no, I think you look like no, you should.
Might just go with the Hitler style, Hitler tash, and just
You could do. I mean, that is apparently all the
I can
rage.
wear that, yeah,
All the rage.
well, was 50 years ago, 100 years ago. No, yeah, 100 years ago. Jordan Davis
This
says,
little magic transcribed straight away with the whole. Oh yeah, I mean, whatever happened to that Hitler guy? He was popular.
he was a lovely guy, wasn't he? Yeah, I'd love to have done a gig for him. Yeah.
Vegetarian, at least. He was a vegetarian.
I wish I was
I like
Hitler.
throwing out there.
I'll magic transcribe. Do that one. Okay. Guess the name of the guess the name is transferable.
PropDog.
Oh yeah, PropDog. Yeah. Welcome to the world of magic retail, Charlie. It's great to meet you. Says Jason. Jonas says, can you show us the Vanishing Candles you carry? The Vanishing Candles, yeah.
Okay,
We'll go grab them, yeah, we'll go get them. Evelyn also says, Eddie Grant. Adrian says, Evie would like to know what Aki has and whether he will share. So this is a little pig's tail. So yeah. Adrian, if you look at the thread, the Doris Pups thread with all the other pups, Jennifer, I think it was, got a puppy box, and in that there were some amazing things like I think chicken feet and pig snouts and all kinds of other weird, creepy little things. But yeah, Aki loves it. Josh says, I've now got a public Instagram and I've been posting a lot of photos of cards on there. Okay, do post the link on there, Josh, and yeah, the guys can have a look. So. Vanishing Candles, that's a yellow one. I haven't seen many yellow ones. Yeah, we haven't got a silk hand, have we?
No.
Yeah, just one of. Yeah, there's no that silk is difficult to do, but yeah,
we have
Vanishing Candles.
So we got.
There's a couple of different ones on there. We got a couple of little ones. Nice Imperial Cane. I don't think they do metal Vanishing Candles. They're nearly only plastic and not chewable by dogs. But yeah, we've got a couple there. What do you want to know about them? That's an appearing. Yeah. So, wait, come on, over there. Brendan Lamb says, hey folks, looking great as always, Dave. Feel better soon. I hear there's a Magic Circle event online on Sunday, but the 100th anniversary, soaring a half.
Soaring a half.
I just soaring at a half. That sounds amazing. Might be something to check out. Have a good weekend, folks. Thank you, Brendan.
Yeah, it was on BBC News this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a little trailer for it with Michael Fitch. Yep. So it could be quite a big show.
So I'm just checking back on here. Where are we? Cool. Awkward silence there. Yeah. So
what were you doing? What were you doing?
Oh, I lost my place on there.
Oh.
Yeah. I was trying to remember who was asking about the Vanishing Candles, but it was Jonas. But yeah, Jonas, do let us know what you want to see with these. If you want to do a close-up of them or whatever you want, let us know.
Someone asked about Alan Robinson's card punch, which I think's Centio or something. I don't know if Alan's on today, but we don't have it in stock. But
no,
I'm guessing if you get hold of Alan.
Alan joins us most weeks.
He might be on.
So yeah,
he'll help you out.
We can't see. We don't get a list of who's on at any point on here, like you guys do. But he might be on if you're on. Alan, say hello. Laying on the settee, got dog on my back and cats on dog's back. Laugh out loud. I think they're cold. Charlie Robinson says invisible deck with paper bag. PM me, I can show you the full routine if you want. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah. Barry Green, hi guys, catching my first live in a long while. Thanks for joining us, Barry. Alan, there we are. Alan's there. Got my magnet. Yesterday. Thank you for the awesome shipping. You're most welcome, buddy. As I said to you on the messages, mate, we're not fast. It's just everyone else is slow. Mario Lower says, hi PropDog, was first time watching live, so glad I found your show. Been watching loads of your previous shows every day, making the lockdown better. Well, thank you, Mario. Yeah.
Hello, Mario. Welcome.
Yeah, it's a shame that the one you had to join us live was one where we haven't really got much to talk about, and I'm not feeling too good. And yeah,
well, there you go.
And it's a short one, but next week. A month's time.
Yeah, there is stuff coming in next week. There's more stuff coming in next week. So
yeah, we got a very large order coming in on Monday. Very large order, yeah. And we've got a penguin order coming in. We've got an illusionist order coming in. We've got a card shark order coming in. So lots of stuff coming in.
I can mention 5 Points in Magic then. So the Wan Tamara's book, 5 Points in Magic, is now back out. It's been reprinted by Penguin, who's bought Hermetic Press.
Been unavailable for 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Yeah.
And funny for the Magic Circle, they had a session where people used to name their favourite books, and 5 Points in Magic was constantly cropping up. Yeah. So it's a really good book.
Been in much demand. I can't believe it's been out of print that long. Excuse me. Finley says I'm getting some new firsting equipment. I thought it was the fishing equipment then. Firsting equipment next week. As I'm new.
Okay, I thought it was even worse than that.
A new phone, so I'm going to be double as fast. Being first now. So firsting. What's firsting? First ing?
First. Firsting? To help him become first.
Oh, all right. I get what you mean. Yeah.
I thought it was something else.
So basically, Finley's going to pop up on the screen before we actually go live. Yeah.
He'll be launching us.
Brendan says, what breed is the puppy? He's gorgeous. Thank you. Brendan, he's a cockapoo. And Stan Airy, who's a regular joining us and may well be on here now, I don't know. If not, he will usually be along. It's from Stan. So Stan and his wife breed cockapoos, and they very kindly put me on the waiting list earlier on in the year. And lucky enough to have him now. And he's just adorable. Check out the videos on Facebook, my Facebook page. Sandy says, will you be getting any more snaps by David Jonathan in?
Oh yeah. So I got 8 in last time. So they come from Penguin. I got 8 in, and it was Penguin's Trick of the Year.
What was snaps? I don't
snaps.
Think I've
it's
seen
the
it yet.
2 decks of cards. It's kind of mental.
I haven't seen it yet. No,
we haven't had it open. We haven't had it open because they sell so quickly.
Right.
We don't want to.
That's why I haven't seen it.
Yep. So we've got more. I've got more coming in. So it's the Penguin Trick of the Year. I've got 10 coming in next week.
No problem. He also says, and the recent Murphy's Cups and Ball sets. Also, can you talk about the Match of the Day trick? Right. So the Cups and Ball sets by Murphy's, we usually have them in stock. Are they in, or are they sold? We usually have them in. Maybe they're sold.
Hang on. Well, we've got the Legend.
Okay. We have talked about them on the live previously, as we have about Match of the Day. There we go. Yeah, so we got them in the moment. Mila's moved them. They are beautiful sets. They're really, really well made. Very high quality. So the aluminium ones.
That one's really good.
Yeah, the aluminium ones are a budget set, so they're cheap, but they're still really well made. They are very, very light.
Good size ball.
Very, very light if you don't want to carry anything around. Personally, I like a chop cup or a cups and balls to be heavy, but if you're going to carry them around in your pockets to gigs and stuff, then you are probably going to want light, otherwise you get stretched side or stretched pockets. But yeah, really nicely made. Let's get the close-up cam on these. Do you want to get the other ones out?
Yeah.
The legend ones. Where's the close-up cam? There it is. There we go. So, oh, hang on. What's going on there?
Oh, that feels like that's a cup and a half.
Hang on. What's going on with the zoom? Isn't working again. Keeps doing this.
Uh-oh.
One day we'll get a proper way of doing the zooms.
So these are very.
What is wrong with that zoom? It was working earlier. We checked it before we started. Cable come out? Nope.
Well,
okay. Get the camera in.
Well, so it's interesting, isn't it? So size-wise, actually, size and design, they are absolutely identical, aren't they? They are. So this is the Legend. So this is the pricier one, and you can really. It's a very solid cup. Nice weight to it, but it's exactly the same style as this lighter cup.
Those are the balls. Standard crochet balls, quite a tight knit on them.
Yeah, and I mean, really, if you're starting out, you'd be very brave to leap straight in to the Legend cups.
Yeah, you might not want to do cups and balls. I mean, if you have it in your mind, you're going to do cups and balls no matter what, then fair one. You know, by all means, invest in a really good set. But most people, you know, they'll buy them. Such a good weight. They'll buy them, experiment, and they may say, do you know what? I don't really like this. It's not really my thing. But yeah.
Or even you just don't have the opportunity to do it because it takes up a lot of space. It's more of a stage thing or a street thing. It's not, you know.
Yeah.
Depends on what your gigs.
Or if you want the Legend cups and balls as your main piece and you perform cups and balls and you want a really good set, that's a great set. But then if you want a practice set that you can do all day long and not worry about, you know, marking or just wearing out, then you can buy the cheap aluminium ones as well. But yeah, really good. And the match of the day trick. We have talked about it on lives before. If you go to YouTube and just type in PropDog match of the day, you'll come up with a live where we talked about it then. But I mean, do you want to describe quickly what it is? It's been
it's based on Gemini Mates, which has been published hundreds of years ago, and is a very popular trick that lots of people have been coming up with new versions of it. I was just checking out Leonard Green's Stolen Cards, which is again a very good version of it. Alan Ackerman, Eugene Berger. It's in a lot of professional people's repertoire. And Match of the Day is where Al Prendo has turned it into a football-based routine using top trump cards. So you get to give a player a yellow card, a player a red card. You get to blow a whistle. You get the referee. You get to choose a. There's a third revelation as well, actually, for man of the match.
Are we going to tell them?
You can tell them, yeah. And the revelation. There's a revelation on.
Yeah, it's all on there. So Revelation is on there, and
so you get a nice kicker. You get to make all of the jokes about VAR.
You can get your whistle.
Yep.
Originally, we're going to have the whistles engraved with the predictions as well, but it was just too expensive. We would have had to charge an extra 20 odd quid on it. It's just not worth it. You get 2 packs of top trumps with it, which are where the main cost of this trick comes in, because these are not cheap. And then you get your cards over there.
Yeah, and the idea between 2 sets of cards means you can change the revelation. So if you're hopping from table to table, or someone else has already seen it, you don't have to go with the messy cane.
Yeah, we haven't done a trailer with this yet. We will at some point do a nice little trailer with it as well. Have we got Al's routine up on
Not yet. Well, I will put Al's routine. It was filmed on a phone, so it's not the best quality. But that's the problem, you see. So when we came out with it, we spoke to Al about it. You know, we had lots of plans. I was going to go to good old Dulwich Hamlet and film myself doing it for the players there. Al's in with the Tottenham team, so we were going to do some nice trailers for with football players and football fans. But COVID has put all that back. But yeah, it's I like it. A lot of fun. Stage or close up.
Has COVID interfered with something? It's not like COVID to do that.
I know. Who'd have thought?
Yeah. Kenny Canabra says, hi Dave, excuse me, I know you rate the Thought Transmitter Pro. Any clues on how to dull the red glow? It is very bright. Yes, well, yes and no. If you hold it here and you're being protective about it, yeah, what happens is when you light it, it does shine up like a red glow on the back of your shirt. The trick to doing it is just to hold it further away. Just hold it up there, or just come up and say, look, there's no way I can know, and hold it up here so the glow goes that way over your shoulder. I mean, obviously make sure there's no one behind you. But yeah, so if, I don't know, let's say, what have we got here? Let's say that's your thought transmitter. What I do on it is I say, look, once you've put it in there, so close it up, there we are. In fact, I've got elastic band, I'll put elastic band like that, so there's no way I can know what's in it. Okay, and at that point there, no way I can know what's in it. I get the glance then, and any red glow goes behind. If you go, yeah, there's no way you can know what's in it, that glow is going to come up and it's going to light up a big light on your chest over there, which will give it away.
Yeah, it's a whole different effect.
The advantage with the red is that you can see it outside, no problem. I think I mentioned before in the live that on the first version you had the white light and the post-it note, and the first time I ever performed at a wedding on a sunny day I couldn't see a thing, not a thing, kind of ruined the whole thing. So yeah, other than that, to dull it, if you did want to dull it, just get yourself a little sheet of acetate and then just put a Sharpie over the top of it, and you'll probably find that will dull it quite a bit. Either that, or you can use kind of a smoky effect if you were to get a bit of smoky acetate or photo filter or something like that, I guess.
Take it to a Ryman's and see what they've got, and start playing, I guess.
Something like that, yeah. Or maybe just colour over the acetate that's in it with a Sharpie, you know, start with like a grey Sharpie and see if that helps a bit. Jonas says, can we have a moment of silence for the loss we suffered this week? We lost both Siegfried Fischbacher yesterday and David. Oh, we lost Siegfried as well.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Wow, they're dropping like flies.
Well, funny enough, my son's name is Siegfried.
Oh man, is that after?
Possibly.
Well, what was wrong with Roy? How do you think Roy felt about that? Well, Roy
Well,
must have been
how was I to know I wasn't going to have another child? You see, I was
Could have named your daughter Roy.
Could have done.
Royette?
Roylets.
Royetta. There we go. But yeah, it's sad, but that's the nature of life, isn't it, I guess? You know,
Roy didn't die that long ago either, did he?
No.
It was only COVID, I think.
every hero we have, maybe Siegfried died of a broken heart. Every hero we have is going to pass at some point in our life. It just depends on how old you are, you know, and whether you're going to see it or not. Adam Evans says, hi guys, I performed Monarch for the first time last night. I love it. Stefan says, this week I watched, excuse me, I watched In and of Itself by Derek Delgadio. Found it really amazing. Awesome storytelling with magic injected. Really suggest anyone to see it when it's possible. Well, thank you for the recommendation, Stefan. David Harris there. Hello, mate.
Hi, dude.
Jorge says, hello from Spain.
Hola.
Hola, see. Adam Evans says, very sad about David Ross passing. Done that already. Any idea when you'll be getting Brent Bourne's book back in?
Oh, Plots, Ploys, and I'm not sure if...
That's on Monday's order, isn't it, I think?
I hope so, yeah.
I think it's in Monday, yeah. John Archer, hello mate, I hope all is well. He says, do you sell audiences? Yes, I have an audience of 3 to sell you. Myself, Mila and Jason.
I'm not very good.
No, he's useless.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't buy me.
I need to buy a bunch in the next few months. Roy Bond says, probably not good over a live broadcast. Perhaps you could have a moment yourself later. What's that about?
Oh, that's about the minute silence or whatever.
Oh right, yeah. Okay. Jordan says, "What is Aki chewing? It's a pigtail, little pigtail. Yeah, it's not a curly one. It's just a one, but it's like you get pig's ears or snouts or chicken feet, that kind of thing." Otar says, "What version of Prisma D-lights glow the brightest?"
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's the cheaper ones, isn't it? It's not the Prisma ones,
well,
isn't it? The other ones.
We have the what do they call it? God, my mind is gone.
Ultra bright D-light.
Well, yeah, they are pretty good, but there's the other one we've got, isn't it? That cheap Chinese one. It's a really cheap and nasty Chinese one, but wow, it's bright as hell. It really is bright. We've got the ultra lights, because you've got the D lights, and you've got the D light ultra brights, and then you've got I forget the name of them.
What's the cheap one?
There's a cheap nasty Chinese one. It's sold through Murphy's actually, but it is available a lot cheaper from one of the Chinese rip-off sites.
I mean, that's got to be. That's bright enough.
That's the ultra bright.
That's the ultra bright. I think.
The Prisma lights are nowhere near. If I get a Prisma light on at the same time, you get to see the difference. Got a little tag in it.
Yeah. Oi.
There you go. That's the difference. Huge.
Yep.
There you go.
So yeah, the ultra bright D-light is the brightest one I can find.
Yes, hope that helps. Right, Jason says, he says the super bright D-lights are my favourite, mate. Hard for us to get hold of though. Stan's there. He says, hi guys, especially Aki. Aki, say hello, Stan. Uncle Stan, look. Uncle Stan's watching you. He's making sure you behave. Yes, he is. He's making sure you behave, buddy. Robert Van Buren, where did you get your boat insulated? Did you get your boat insulated yet, Alex?
No.
Why not, Alex?
Well, so to get it spray insulated.
Where were you this morning, Alex?
I was at my boat. Talking to the
arranging to get it insulated.
Yeah. So unfortunately, my boat I have to move it to get it to a place where the van with the insulating thing can spray insulate it. Unfortunately,
just use a close up that, Aki. Why not?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the lock near where my boat is being repaired until the end of February, so I can't actually get it anywhere. So be spray insulated. So Dave's going to do it. I'm going to buy Dave some cans of spray insulation, and we're going to do it like that.
He's not joking. Yeah, we're going to do it.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It'll all work.
Insurance job. Pete Meacham says, hi everyone, my first live in a long time. Thanks for joining us, Pete. Nigel Quinn says, yee. Hope all is well, chaps. No, it's not yee. My eyesight's gone. He says, fry-yay.
Fry-yay. Hi, Nigel.
Alan Robinson, Magnet O does a bunch of stuff. Haunted Deck, PK Coin, through glass. I have workable methods for all these after one day's thought. You just need to think about it. There you go.
Well, you need to see the mind of Alan on
that
anything.
Is the difference between a magical thinker and average Joe who wants a cheap trick with no practice.
Yeah.
There we go. Jason says, I couldn't call what I did insulation, but it's certainly been sprayed. Oh God, Jason.
I thought, I did notice. Yeah, thanks, Jason. Well, he got rid of the old smell at least.
Yeah, that was. Jason's smell was better. Yeah. That's what happens when you got siphols for curry the night before.
I'll tell you what the old smell was, but I'll tell you what, there was actually, I mean, there's nothing left in the boat now. It is a complete metal shell. And that is the only, up until 2 weeks ago, it was still smelling of the previous owner.
Are you sure you don't want me to get my snorkeling kit on and go and drill a hole in the hull?
I'm very tempted.
Okay. Chris Watts says, don't get your boat stuck in the ice, Alex.
Not yet.
David Harris, David Ross was
68.
68. Oh, is that all? As young as that? Wow. Wow, that's bad. Interested to know what he died of. Rob Van Buren says, I'm waiting to see Bobo perching on top of Aki and walking along. Yeah, closer and closer. We got about that far away earlier on. Do you want to see how close we'll get today, Bobes? So as you'll see, this is the reaction. Look, what's that?
Stop with the pigtail.
That's about as close as we can get, really, isn't it? And then Bobo starts to panic and go away a bit. Yeah, good bird, Bobo. Good bird. Good bird. Yeah, good bird. So yeah, getting closer. But that's a lot better than it was a week ago. Alan says, I star no hints at IT. Laugh out loud. I'll let you read into that one, folks. James says, hi Dave and Alex and Jason. I hope you're all well. Stay safe and keep propdogging. Lee Alex has joined us.
Say, James, I hope you've got rid of that stupid man bun.
Lee Alex has joined us. He says, hi. Jordan Davis says, Tom, a really good thing for camera would be a bullet party.
Bullet party, John Bannon. Yes, when we've got the DVD. It's a trick.
I have no idea what that is. Bullet party, what's that?
It's a trick. He's got a whole fractal.
Tell us, we've got nothing to talk about trick-wise.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up.
Well, you know what it is, don't you?
I can't remember. It's years ago.
Well, how do you know it's good?
Because I can remember people performing it at the club. People were, it was like Bullet Party was one of those things when it came out. It was like the hottest thing. It was like Magnet O of the 90s.
Sounds like something you see at an American school college day or something. Right, okay. Jordan Davis says, Tom, a really good... Oh, we've done that one. Adam says, with Monarch, do you do close pads... Sorry, close large... Do you do close pads large size with smooth surface to do sneaky moves that make no noise? Can't think of how to code this to you without giving away as it's also good. Do you do close pads large?
Well, we do. We can put extra wadding in, can't we? And
drop us an email, Adam. Yeah, it's easier. I don't know what Monarch. I've never seen it. Don't know anything about it, so I can't revise anything unless I know about it. So yeah, yes. Torrance says, what's the number one trick at the moment? As the board isn't up.
Oh, the board's been repaired, isn't it?
Yeah, but the board broke. It fell off and it's been broken. So number one trick at the moment.
Well, Vanishing Rings probably.
We sold more Vanishing Ring boxes than anything else, but that's been out a while.
We've got the Henry Harriet stuff comes back in, of course. So we've got to keep the chocolate back and Venom Cube and all these things.
I don't know really.
Eye Drop was near the top, wasn't it?
It's difficult to say really, Torrin, because everything's been selling so badly. There's been no really good sales of anything recently. I mean, we've been barely taking mail bags to the post office every day. Hardly anyone's buying during lockdown. So yeah, there's not really a number one trick at the moment, I'm afraid. Yeah, difficult. Roy Bond says, just bought the solid silver shells, etc. Love Pop Hayden's routine, but is there a better one? Do you sell the DVD? If so,
so the routines for the Jason. If we scroll down, Jason's probably answered, but I'm trying to guess his answer. He'll go for Boot Camp. The what's his guy? Bob Sheets Boot Camp is the DVD that Jason really recommends. I think you have to go via Bob Sheets, or it's only available via download. Other than that, we've got the Phil Cass version and School for Scoundrels DVDs.
Well, Jason is answering things, I can see that,
yeah,
but
so
Jason doesn't say what he's answering things to, so he's just putting answers, and we have no idea what he's talking about, because he's not saying, with regards to such and such, this. Jason? Very Zorro, says Pete Meacham. Andy Tingley says, it suits you, Dave. The hair under the chin, I mean. The hair under the chin was always there, Andy. I've just got rid of the other chin.
Yep, so this is the School for Scoundrels one. But it's not the Bob Sheets Boot Camp, which Jason recommends. But this is the Phil Cass one, which I think Jason really likes as well. So Phil Cass... Okay, so P and Shell game, Phil Cass. I reckon I don't know.
The new shells have sold really well, by the way. So I guess, Torrin, if we were going to say something, it has sold well. I mean, yeah, the shells did sell pretty well. We got them in. We talked about them last week, if you didn't see the show last week, and they did fly out the door. So are we out of them already, do you know?
No, we've got more in. More arrived this morning.
Oh, okay, well, there you go.
From
okay.
Michael, how do we say your surname? Stein? Sent some more in today, so thanks, Michael, for the speedy service.
Well, okay. Otto says, a question about drinking the news. I've seen Faye Presto do a move where she drops the load of newspaper on the ground and swiftly picks it up. Is that possible with the normal drinking the news gimmick? Yeah, absolutely, Otto. So it's on the instructions with our one. I can't remember if you've got it or not, but if you have got it, watch the instruction. Max does it quite cleanly on the floor. He drops it, just drops it on the floor, picks it up again. The trick to doing it is not to let it down too long. If you put it on the floor, let it go, it's going to come out. But if you just drop it down and go whoops and pick it back up again, you're absolutely fine. It's got to be a quick drop though, and yeah, it's no problem at all. Phil Cass is my personal favourite, says Jason. With regards to what? Oh, that. Okay, right. Frank Valenti says, what coin set do you recommend, like split focus? The would be less expensive. That would be less expensive, right. I guess. Question for you, that is.
Well, there was Symphony Coins, which was 4 instead of 3.
What about Carpenter coins?
Yeah, but it's a different gimmick. It depends on what. I mean.
I need to space.
It sort of depends on what you want to do, Frank, doesn't it? Because it depends on what gimmick you want. So you could just go to Tango and buy a split coin or a slippery Sam, and you can do various routines with that. So it's hard to know exactly. Depends, Frank, on what routine you want to do, really. But the split focus, that's a 1 coin split into 3, which is quite unique.
Right. I don't know too much about those coins other than the two.
No, so I'd go for a split coin or a slippery Sam will give you the same sort of range.
Paul Rothman's on. Hello, Paul. I hope all is well, mate. Paul, are you back in the UK or are you still over in California, in LA? Not really sure. But he says, what size lemon or lime of your special ones would fit the TCC chop cup?
It's a lime, it's fine, or a small lemon. You can get away with a medium lemon, but you have to make sure it's orientated so that it goes in lengthways. It won't go in sideways.
Didn't TCC just bring out a little tiny chop cup as well?
Yeah, well, until you make a grape for life, we're stuck with that one. But yeah, so your best bet is a small lemon or the lime.
Okay, Sebastian Blickley, hello mate. He says, great PropDog Live. I've missed a couple of the live shows, unfortunately. Yeah, we've noticed. We kept saying, where's Sebastian been? Every week. It's like, where have you been?
Very worried.
There you go, absolutely. Roy Bond says, thanks. Tom Cocker, thanks, I'll look into it, Jordan. Jason says, yes, it's taught by Max Somerset on the instructions. Thanks,
he's just writing down what we're saying.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to write down, you're just writing what we're saying now.
Yeah, he is.
Josh has sent his link, thanks for that, Josh. Guys, do check out Josh's link on Instagram. There's my Instagram if anyone wants to check it out, he says. Mario says, am I right in assuming your Tyvek lottery paper can be used with the new polymer £5 notes? By my estimation, they need to be trimmed by 3mm and 3.5mm on either side respectively, and by the pictured it. And by the pictured it
looks like the border
allows for it.
Forget a £5 note and have a quick look. They're not designed for it, are they?
So the Tyvek lottery paper, first of all, we can't print them out anymore. We used to have a printer that was what you call a gel jet printer, and a gel jet printer superheats a gel ink, sprays it onto the paper, and because it's superheated, it dries instantly, which means we can print perfectly on Tyvek paper. You can't print like that on inkjet printers. So our gel jet printer has finally given up the go. It's been about 5 or 6 years worth of printing Tyvek and flash paper, which has screwed it. But you can't get them anymore. They've discontinued gel jet for whatever reason, which is a shame because they were really, really economical, which is probably why they're not making enough money out of the ink. So yeah, we can't print anymore. So we haven't got any fivers in the shop. Yeah, somebody wanted a fiver earlier, but don't have any. So yeah, we can't print them anymore, so we've only got what we've got left in stock. We are going to try and outsource it to a printers if people do want them. But yeah, the guides on them. So the guides on the Tyvek notes, if you've had them, they're designed so you just cut those off on the guides, and it will be slightly larger. You then make your gimmick up as normal, Okay, and then you trim off the excess. The reason we did that is if we cut them exactly right, it takes it's a nightmare to try and line them up perfectly every single time. So the idea is you make them slightly larger, you put them all together quite roughly, allowing a millimetre either side of give, and then all you do is you trim everything off at the end, including a tiny bit of the note, and it's all nice and neat and tidy. I hope that helps, man.
I can put a £5 note on top on Monday. Perhaps tomorrow.
We literally don't have any £5 notes in the shop because we don't have any walking customers coming in and out to give us change and everything, so we don't have any. Nigel Quinn says, please share in the Henry Harris's Presents group. Please share in. What do you mean? Please share.
I don't know.
Please share what? Let me know. Andrew Vaughan says, good afternoon, gents. Hello, mate. And Alan says, I'm here. PM me if you want any info. Thank you, Alan. Lee Alex says, tragic week for Magic with the passing of Seafree and David Ross. It is indeed. Mike Sullivan, hello, buddy. I hope
Mike.
You're well, mate.
Now, Mike's working. Mike is a worker. Mike will be at home working, unlike Jason. I'm sure Mike is probably.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Mike works really hard. Yeah. Mike is. Jonas says that it appears the candles is not from Fantasio. I'm interested in colours and how fast they are and if they make a loud sound. Right, okay. So thanks for getting back to us on that, Jonas. So yeah, they're not Fantasio ones. In terms of sound, this is the sound. I'll hold it up to the microphone. Can you see it? I'll do it near the microphone so you can see how fast it is as well. Pretty fast. The other one is by Nichols Magic, made in India. No idea who they are, but we shall open it and check it out.
And it looks like we've got yellow, green, red, and blue. Are the colours that become?
What in this method here?
In the other one.
Yeah, do you want to open that, mate? You've got nails. Get the staples out, like ruining it. So yeah, do it on again for you, just so you can see. But sound-wise, it's the usual sound. I think all Vanishing Candles are going to make that kind of like sound, really. So I don't think there's any getting away from that. I'm not a Vanishing Candle expert. I've used them a few times in the past, but I wouldn't say I'm an expert in any way. Just expand it for us, mate. I'll hold it up to the microphone. There. So yeah, you are going to get a bit of sound, but it is quite fast. The trick to it is to say as you do it.
Jason's very good at sound effects with all his magic, so.
There.
That was quieter.
Yeah, a tiny bit quieter. You want to be like a Mickey Silver.
Oh yeah, so Mickey Silver. Dave introduced me to Mickey Silver. He does. It's like a coin flourish, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really good. Really good. Yeah, Google Mickey Silver. Brilliant.
Did you ever watch him at International Magic Convention about 20 years ago?
No.
I used to go to them. He was there when, yeah.
I was probably, yeah.
He was almost definitely there, but he was doing his thing. Yeah, very, very impressive. Yeah, I hope that helps a bit, Jonas. Yeah, the red one is definitely quieter. Sully says, Jason. Sully? What's that like?
Sullivan.
Oh, Sully, yeah. Nigel Quinn says, I think we need some good old Rawson vid for PropDog. We do, actually, yeah. So, Alan, when you're ready, buddy, next video. Yeah. Stacey says, laugh out loud, firsting. Firsting, Stacey, yes. There's an R there. There's an R. Yeah. Aki.
Aki's typing something for you
all. We don't need that at the moment. Let's put that over there. Jordan says, a book that's not necessarily about magic, but I definitely very magical is the Rhonda Byrne. Definitely check it out. There you go.
I'm just going to say thanks to Andy Tingley again, who the book. I've forgotten the name of the book that you brought in for me, Andy. But the little black book, and it's blinding about a guy who went to prison for a crime he didn't commit, obviously, and how he made a pack of cards and he made a deck of cards out of old milk cartons. He used to break the milk cartons up so he had cards, and how he'd entertain the other inmates and the staff, and how he helped him survive through prison and all the ordeals of prison, and you know.
Isn't that like Josh Jay's one with the balance as well? That's his story on balance, isn't it?
Is it? Well, that's probably where he got it from, because it's because Josh Jay communicated with the guy in prison, so they used to chat. So that's probably where Josh Jay got his story from. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
but it's a really, really, really good book. I was yeah.
Nigel Quinn said, just ordered 5 points. I believe there will be a reprint of Expert Coin too. Jordan Davis, how much is your levitation device? $9.99, I think. Have a look on the website. Or was it $11.99? $12.99.
Jason will in a minute write $12.99.
Oh, yeah, Charlie's done it. Well, Elliot. Thanks, Charlie.
Jason, see,
you said correct, Charlie, and Jason writes correct, Charlie. Jason. Andy Tingley says, hi, Jace. Got order yesterday, laugh out loud. Think my postman saved everything up. Apparently, it's 320 Staff Royal Mail, Croydon, 180 have COVID.
All right.
Okay. Wow, okay. That's quite a lot. Chris Gillender says, hi, gents. It's nice to back. Thanks for sending out the FPS wallet. Torrance says, I've got the aluminium chop cup set. They are brilliant. Excellent. Thank you for the recommendation, Torrance. How much for the aluminium cups, says Jordan? And Torrance says it's $23.99. This is great. We don't need to do anything.
Jason, tell Torrance he's correct.
Yeah. Otto says, a heavy set of cups and balls is much better if you want to do any of the tossing moves of the cups. Absolutely. Charlie says, do you sell replacement gimmicks for the hydro double shot glasses?
Yeah, we do. https://www.propdog.co.uk hydrostatic-gimmicks.
Jason will say that anyway.
He'll say it. He'll say it when he'll be. Yeah.
He searched the site but nothing come up. There you go. Look, Jason said it.
Oh, Jason, come on.
Hang on a minute. Jason just said, oh, Jason, come on. George is there. Hello, George. George Mason is. He says, I love Aki's bells. Yeah, it is great, isn't it? Do check that out. If anyone wants to see the video, by the way, I can bring it up on here. Aki, his little doorbell, just taps at this tour with his paw and asks to go out. He's funny. Alan says, clear UV filter helps dull the light on thought transmitter. Oh, thank you, Alan. Are we that far behind? Your poor son, Alex, says that Andy Tingley.
Oh, well, no, it's so funny enough. When we went to register his birth, obviously the registrar goes, and what's his name? And my ex-wife just looked at me and went, you can tell her.
I always thought his name was Ziggy, as in Z-I-G-G-Y.
Yeah, well, everyone calls him Ziggy, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was it. I didn't realise it was Siggy, as in short for Siggy, not Ziggy. Yeah. It's not that bad after all. His dad's got a submarine.
Thanks, Jason.
Otto says, to dull the shine on a digital display, I bought a cheap pair of sunglasses and used a Dremel to mill out the little window to glue over the display. Works a treat. There you go, Otto. Forever industrious.
I'll tell you what, we can have some. Our customers, Otto, you can send a few how-to videos to bump our PropDog Lounge if you like. All these tips are useful things for us to pass on.
But what Arthur's not telling you, that was the second attempt. The first attempt was he put the thought transmitter down there and put a big explosion, some dynamite here, blew it all up and went to see if it was like faded enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I'll tell you, if you ever visit Otter, I'm just, that's one place you're not going to touch anything, are you? You're not going to sit down,
I think probably the second attempt was a flamethrower, probably flamethrower on it. Yeah. He doesn't work. Sorry, he doesn't know it all. He doesn't know it.
That's about my submarine.
So my glasses.
I probably should paint it yellow, shouldn't I? Just so when it does sing.
Charlie says, glow.co.uk sell a cheap knockoff version of D-lights that are really bright. Good call. Thank you, Charlie. Although you shouldn't encourage people to buy knockoffs. Just saying, as all. Just saying. Christopher CJ Bartham says, hi guys. Can the Timesmith watch be used as a normal watch and hands changed manually? Timesmith watch, do we sell that?
We don't.
No idea.
We have seen the explanation and everything. Jason watched it. I can't remember. Jason will answer that question.
Which one was the Timesmith one?
It's very similar. It's very similar to what was the other watch thing that they've copied?
So what is it with magic? So if somebody invents a watch that does something like that, then within the next year, 3 or 4 different versions of the same thing come out.
Yeah, so this is a company. I can't remember what the name of the Timesmith company is, but they're also making the dice now. So they're leapfrogging is probably the politest way for me to say on other people's technology and doing that. I mean, I don't know whether we want to. I mean, I feel bad about Mark Antoine. Anyway, yet alone Craig Fidesetti, who's done all his work. But yeah, now that the technology's been designed and invented by other people feel that they can.
It's disgusting. I mean, it's not like I'd invent my own ring flight or something, is it? I mean, come on. Scott Marshall says, Jason was right. The style, how do you pronounce that? Stale
That was what I was saying. I don't know.
Stella. Stell shells are awesome, and the peas work like a dream. Cheers, guys. Glad you like them, Scott. Thank you for the recommendation. Paul Rothman says, question, what size lemon? Oh, we've done that one already.
Small. Lime's fine. Small lemon.
Oh, he's on about the leather chop cup, the ones you make. Yeah. I'm always right, says Jason.
I don't think we've from there.
Okay. Jo says, D-Light Ultra Bright is out of stock, guys.
No, it's not. It's here. All right. Well, certainly got one.
Jason?
Got one pair.
Is that you?
Jason will correct it any minute now.
Maybe somebody just bought it while we're doing it. That's why.
Maybe.
I don't know. But Jason will look into it. How many do you have in the drawer? Do you know?
I think that was
okay.
One, I think.
I know one of our customers just bought every single D-Light we have.
Oh yeah.
Daniel Garner says, howdy from Louisiana. Rest in peace, David Roth. Nice to have you joining us there, Daniel. I'm glad you're carrying Michael Stell's work. Or Steele's work. Does anyone know how to pronounce that?
Michael probably does.
If you know how to pronounce it, type it on here phonetically so we can learn on that one, because I feel embarrassed not knowing how to pronounce that.
But he's been very prompt with the service as well. So it's amazing.
So are we, says Jason. Not sure what that's regarding. Scott Marshall says, I picked up the Gold Digger shells and they are really fantastic. Mr. Bisons, but I'll be jumping on the next batch.
They're back in, the Bisons. I don't know if I put them on.
Should have waited a couple of seconds, Scott.
They're back in.
The Sheets Boot Camp is really good. It's how I started. Thanks for the recommendation. Bob Sheets Boot Camp is the way to learn the shells, not a routine as such as Jason. The Scoundrels Touch is essential too. So Scott, Jonas says Phil Cass has a great routine for the shell game.
I think it sounds to me like the shell game is one of those things where you just need to buy every resource and just learn from it and get all the tips possible. It doesn't sound like there is one definitive DVD from what I'm gathering.
Jason says, I'm that good. I got more peas and Stella shells in just in time for the Bison selling out, but I still can't ring that F bell when I need to eat. We'll keep working on it, Jason. One day. I'm yet to teach Jason to sit properly as well. It's been a while. Although he does give us paw now and again. Russ Jackson says, what about Sucker Punch for the coin question?
Yes. So Sucker Punch is very similar to well done. Yes.
I've been making a lot more gimmicks, says George. When lockdown's over, George, maybe you can come in and see him. Paul Rothman says, I'm in London. You're back, mate. Well, good to have you back in this country. I hope it's for good reasons and not because it didn't work out there. We'll have to catch up at some point, mate. Martin Smith says, hi guys, I bought The Boy Who Cried Magic from Vanishing Ink for my brother at Christmas and got a digital download for all the tricks in the book to see how it's done. A very good book, I heard. Yeah, it is a very, very good book, so we hear. I've not read it, but I'm sure you've had a good look at it, haven't you?
I have read it, yeah.
Nigel Quinn says, RE Coins, new Monarch Morgans are great copies and value for money. 3 Morgans and a turtle. Stephen Blessed afternoon troop. Afternoon to you, Stephen. Matthew Colley says, thinking about adding silk and egg to my routine and the chance of demo of your PropDog eggs. Any chance of a demo of them?
Well, it's not really much to demo, is there? But,
I mean,
so you got the white. We've got the white and the brown.
They're genuine eggs. They are real eggs.
Eggs.
So there's no seams on it like a lot of the cheap ones that have weird seams and very weird shells. In terms of a demo. Stuff your silk in there, turn it around. The only thing we can really show off or demo, I suppose, is the silky stickers that go with it. But yeah,
so you can cover the hole's easily covered by your.
I don't do the
thumb.
routine. I did once upon a time many years ago, but just so you can see, those are the. Is that coming up on the camera? I can't see from here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, there you go. So nice big hole, but the hole is not so big that you can't cover it. The idea of the hole was that you can cover it with a finger or a thumb, sorry, like this. So you see some shells that are very big. Now the first people to do them from real eggs, I believe, was the Stodar. You had the Stodar eggs. They were discontinued long ago.
Didn't they do big eggs as well? Didn't they do like a goose or something?
Well, we do goose egg. We have an ostrich egg up there somewhere. There we go.
There you go.
No, sorry, goose egg. Sorry. Yeah. There's a goose egg.
Oh right. So
I'd done one with the goose egg years and years ago. It never sold. I had a couple of them. But yeah. There you go. Goose egg one.
Well, there you go, right,
and we take the eggs, we remove the dermis layers, 2 dermis layers from inside the egg, so it's very porous. We put a layer of resin in which seeps into those pores, makes it very hard, and then we do 3 or 4 more layers as well. So it's very, very sturdy and do last a long time. The only problem you do get is extremes of temperature from hot and cold. So we have had people have them crack, and sometimes what's happening is they leave them in the car on a hot day and the heat will expand. the resin inside doesn't break. The resin inside stays very, very solid, but it's the shell. The shell can't expand and contract because it's very, very brittle, and that's where the problem comes in. Although they'll crack, they won't break, they'll just have a crack on them. But if you do get one that cracks, let us know and we will replace it for you. The only time we have the occasional problem is shipping them to Australia, because the amount of time it takes on freight, and they have to land several times to refuel, so you've got that pressurization, the hot, the cold, and repeated.
But when you say crack though, what you actually
minute
get,
hairline crack.
Yeah, you get. So if you crack. So basically, it's not that it cracks so that it's visible to anyone.
Oh, you'd never
close
see,
up. It's only visible when they crack. It's only if you're
you've got
examining
really
the egg.
Yeah.
So you can still use them even if.
But they won't break if they crack. It's literally just the outer shell cracking. The resin inside is expandable, but the shell isn't. So yeah, if you do leave it out in a very hot place, or if you've gone in from a cold car and let's say you left your case in your car overnight and you think, oh, I better bring that inside, and you bring it back in from a cold day into a hot room and it expands really, really quickly, that's when the breaking can occur. But it is quite rare, fortunately.
But like I say, it still remains really, really strong, and that crack is completely invisible.
Yes,
pretty much.
And you can drop them on the floor and they won't break.
Yeah.
If they do break, drop them on the floor, let me know, we'll send you a new one. Ottar says, today's mentalism trick, Jason writing down his predictions of what David and Alex will reply to in our questions. Right, Jason, what is Alex going to say now?
Boo.
Let's see. Right, my Instagram is George_magician, or at George_magician. If anyone wants to check it out, yeah, please do have a look at George's stuff. George makes some great little gimmicks, especially considering how young George is. Dave Bonnie says, Alan Wong, T-tip great. T-tip, thumb tip. Alan Wong thumb tip, which thumb tip? Which
Alan Wong, he does.
Oh, the HD one, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
HD thumb tip.
Yeah. They are good, but my issue with them is they're quite thick. So the bottom of the thumb tip, you do get quite a big ridge, quite a big visible ridge, and they're also flexible. I don't like flexible thumb tips, because when you're doing a bill switch, they tend to grip the bill quite hard. You've got to put a bit of talcum powder in it to make it a bit softer. And I also like a thicker tip as well. The Vernier ones are slightly wider inside. The HD ones I find quite narrow, but they've got small thumbs. Brilliant. Kevin Moulton says, gutted and missed the start. Have you discussed Magnet O? In great detail, Kevin. Yeah. No, we briefly mentioned it. Not a lot. We
look at Adam Robinson's post, because he's pointed out that it can do a lot more than what the trailer shows, and I'm assuming what the instructional video shows.
We've sold out, haven't we?
We have. We haven't got more coming in on Monday.
We can't even show you. Yeah, when we get more in, we can show you a bit more. Briefly discussed already, Kevin says, Jason. Torrance says, how much are you paying Aki to promote your close-up pads as he seems to prefer them to his bed? Yeah, what is up with that? He's fast asleep now. Mario says, thanks for the info regarding Tyvek notes. Now to find out Extreme Burn works with polymer notes. It does work, because Alan Rorson, again, good on Alan.
We're going to have to have a live link to him at some point. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll get him in the show.
Yeah.
He has given tips on making them out of polymer notes previously, and the trick to him is to cut the notes exactly in half, and use some invisible Scotch tape to tape them back together. That way you get a nice little hinge on it.
And use Evo Stick.
Yeah, use the green Evo Stick contact cement, not rubber cement. It bonds to the polymer notes better. George says, I'm thinking of buying some Vanishing Candle. How much are they? And any tips?
Jason Torrin, where are you? Come on.
Prices, whatever's on the website, George. And tip-wise, not really, no. Yeah, I mean, there are videos you can get or DVDs on them, but yeah, if you come to the shop when the lockdown's over, I can soon teach you how to use them. But in terms of tips, it's a difficult one, really. Not really many tips there, other than really make sure they're covered when it vanishes. Chris Gillanders says, afternoon, gents. It's nice to be back. Thanks for sending out the FPS wallet. Sounds like a repeat, that does. Stephen Blair says, is this the same book with the card workouts in it? Make sense? Not sure. What do you mean? Have you got a book review today?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I was going to, yes, I was going to do it.
Do you want to do one?
Yeah.
We were going to do a short live. We've already done an hour. 10 minutes.
Well, don't have to wait till the end. I could just, you don't stick in the door. I was just going to show you. Yeah. So this was.
Let's do a book review right now. Ready? Hang on.
How are we going to do it?
We're going to have our little intro. What's that, Aki? What is it? Dancing time.
Oh, it's finished. Right. A Clockwork Apple. Chris Mayhew. So Chris Mayhew has a book written by John Lovelock, hasn't he, called What Women Want. which is a book that we stock. And I was going to read that book, and then I remembered that we had this little booklet of his in, which has got 8 tricks in, all of which show off Chris's style. He's a very humorous young man.
Okay.
So all of the classics of Magic done in a humorous way. So you've got McDonald's Aces, which is done with a blank deck, and where the queens vanish and end up back in the card box. You've got FDS, which I might even be able to demonstrate should need be.
Hang on a minute. Weren't you going to perform the first trick in every single book from now onwards?
Yes. I was going to do the first trick in this book, but it's the McDonald's Aces one, and I don't think it's the best trick in the book. So I'll do FDS though. I'll do FDS for you if you like. It's got the Swartz, which is a way of forcing a card, which is really nice actually. So it's probably worth it just for the Swartz force. Card exchange. It's got Hole Warp, which is a card with cards with holes in, and the holes leap about. Really nice. Super little booklet. Really nice, entertaining. Card Magic. It reminds me very much of sort of Paul Harris's Art of Astonishment with that sort of quirky.
How much is it?
I don't know. Jason, help me out with how much it is. Yeah, but if you want 8 tricks, I think they're all, even Dairy Queen's the first trick in the book, which I wasn't a great fan of. Is well worth having.
Awesome. There we go. Quick book.
But do you want to do? Shall I show you quick? I'll show you. I'll see if I can remember.
Do you want the close-up pad?
No, I only do. Yep.
It's nice to be wanted.
Just to use a card. I've lost my break there. But if you just say stop if you like.
Stop.
Oh, perfect. Now, fingers crossed. I may have lost the break, which will be a bit of a disaster.
Do you want to check?
I've lost the break. Right, hang on 1 second. Bet me. It's
been a while since he's done any music. Yeah, bless him. Yeah.
It has.
Jonas is great help with the candles. Yes, all vanishing candles will make a sound, and those don't sound bad. There we go. Thank you. Are you ready yet? Adrian Tritton says, sounds like the astonishing essay diary of a prison magician by Vanishing.
That's the one. Yeah, it's yeah. If you just say stop if you like though.
Stop.
That's perfect.
You got your break this time?
I think.
You sure? You want to check?
Fingers crossed.
Do you want me to do it?
Oh, you've chosen the 2 of Hearts. Now that is a surprise.
Wow! What a coincidence. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh God. So sorry. I'm not even sure I meant to look at it. I can't even remember if I meant to look at it. If you could put your elbow like that for me.
You did say it was a comedy routine, didn't you?
And then you can get your little finger and hold that card on your elbow.
Finger.
That's perfect there. So if you stay like that, so
it's like an average evening for me, really.
Yeah. So I'm going to find out what that card is. Although I've just looked at it, I don't know. I probably wasn't meant to look at it.
It's the 2 of Hearts, Alex.
Shush. Shush. So the queens are going to help me. Yeah. Hang on a second. I just need the other queens. I probably should have checked that this was a complete deck of cards as well. So this is a wonderful routine. It's the second card trick in the book, and as I'm proving, you probably want to practice and run through anything before showing it for the first time, and especially if it's going to be live on. There. So the queens are going to help me find your card, Dave.
Okay.
Yep. So to
we'll
do
tilt that down towards the camera so they can see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, can you see it?
Yep.
So the first one queen will turn over, and that queen tells me that your card has in fact got a back.
Oh.
Yep.
Sounded a bit like Dunbury Aces here.
Just under. Another queen turns over, and this one tells me that it's got a blue back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting very exciting, isn't it? You can see the way this builds up. I don't do the Liasha twist normally. This tells me that it's got a tally-ho blue back.
Okay.
It's really tricky.
This is rather uncomfy.
I know, that's the whole point. I quite like it. That's the whole reason for doing the trick was so I could get Dave to do that. And the last one tells me that it's actually got an air cushioned finish.
Okay.
So,
not quite Dunbury Aces, but yeah.
Yep. So there we go. So let's find out what the face of your card is. So it's not going to be any of these. So your card is not a spade. It's not a club. It's not a diamond. It must be the queen that has turned face down, which is a heart.
Right.
But I've got your card here, 2 of Hearts.
Oh.
And on your elbow, the whole time.
Oh.
I've been the queen of Hearts. So anyway, The idea is, though, he's got quite quirky handlings. He does do the thing on the elbow, and his patter's a bit quirky. And yeah, it's sort of 8
Is he quicker
tricks
at you
based
than
on.
that? Is he quicker at you than that?
He's put it that.
The slower it is, the more comfy it is, you know.
Yeah.
You'd hope he's quicker.
Yeah. He probably learnt the trick before performing it. I think that is the secret. But I read it last night, and I really quite enjoyed reading that trick.
There's a lesson for you all there. If you're going to perform a trick, learn it first. Right, on with the show. Right, what's the time? It's 15:15. Right, okay, let's keep the comments down now, guys. We will go straight through to the end now because, I do want to go home and... I think I'm going straight to bed when I get home. I think
You don't want to see another trick from the book?
No. Scott Marshall says, being from the Northwest, every time I hear Aki's name, I can't help thinking of Purple Aki. I'm a bit worried about taking Aki for a walk locally, actually, because
Purple Aki?
don't know, but there's a very large Indian community in Hounslow, just north of here, and I don't really want to take him up to a park up there and shout his name very loud because people might think I'm saying something else. Not the thing to be shouting in an Asian community. Chris Watts says, if anyone is worried about the sound of candles, hold the wick under the silk as you let go so the whole thing shoots upwards instead of down. It reduces any noise.
That's
So when you asked if there was any tips for performing it, yes there are, Torrin, yes there are. Stefan says, I think that prison book is one of those vanishing essay books. I haven't read it yet, but I love the story. There was also a New York Times article where there's some great photos with DIY made gimmicks like cards and coins.
Yeah, it's a brilliant book. Really good. Really interesting book.
Make a shank out of a wand. Alan Tingley, that's right, Andy Tingley says, yes, that's right, I passed it on, but the book is great.
Thank you very much, Ian.
A great book. Doug Thornton says, thinking about losses of Magic World this week, Siegfried and David Roy. A lot of people have mentioned that. Stefan says, this article, New York Times, thank you for posting the link there, Stefan. Ottar says, idea, what would you do during lockdown? Learn to use a stretched thumb tip. Oh, good call. Look at Bobo getting brave around Aki. Not that brave. Oh, well done. You've just... Oh, there we are. Come back. Yeah. Well done. Alan says, instead of Time Smith, just buy Fluxed from alanrorison.com. Laugh out loud. It'll save you a fortune. Nigel Quinn says, what Alan said, it's fluxing awesome. Jason says, Ari, the Ultra Bright D lights, I don't know how many there are, so I can't update the stock. Just wanted to see if there was any on stock. Like if we only had one on, Jason, and somebody just bought that one, that would be while we're at. So have a look, see if someone just bought it. If not, we can add this one.
Common sense, Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
Common sense, really.
See what I mean?
You know, thinking for
lying
yourself.
in bed. Oh, what? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Walter says, Jason might know. Simon, Terry Ward have a great routine about free shell game with a tells bell. It's on his Art of Play DVD set. Thank you, Simon.
Right, yeah, no. So Terry Ward, he does some wonderful. He does the classics of card magic certainly in a very entertaining way. So I'm sure he's probably a lot of fun. Actually, that Art of Play DVD, which I haven't seen, but I'm sure it's good.
Nigel Quinn has posted a link there for the PropDog Egg for Life. Egg for Life. Egg for Life was never brought out. You mean the Silk Thread gimmicks, I presume. Egg for Life was being brought out, but we never got a chance to really work on a way to finish it. Frank Valenti says, I just had dinner with Terry Ward. Search Jack Diamond Disney World on YouTube to watch him work. Amazing stuff. Thank you, Frank, for the link. Jason says, Ari Terry Ward's show routine, his Art to Play DVDs are a nightmare to get hold of. It's on his Penguin lecture, though. John Middleton, Alan, is there a list of watches that can be used? Matthew Colley says, excellent, thanks for the info. Boo, says Jason. See?
Well done.
Yeah. Jonas says, well, the original Lights from Nowhere never made it to the Magic market. It was first performed by a Russian-Soviet couple in the 70s. Sarah Kabagadrina and Saltongali Skrokrov. Although their gimmick was slightly different, I think Juan Mayoral was the first to put the gimmick in a thumb tip. Well, there you go. Thanks for that, Jonas. Wonderful knowledge.
Blimey.
Yeah, clever guy. Paul Sunderland, George, your Instagram is at George Deposition, not underscore, matey. Come on, George, learn your what is it? Not a tag, is it? You learn your address. Your Instagram request. Nick Barnes says, I purchased Card Oracle, which is an amazing trick, but I'm struggling to punch in certain cards at present. Has anyone else had this problem?
Yeah, I think, Nick, if you go on the Facebook page, this has probably been answered before, but I imagine you haven't. If you set up for the first phase, you'll probably find the cards you can't punch in are ones that are used in a later phase, if that makes sense without giving away the trick. So some cards you can't punch in because it would be impossible for them to be there.
George says, my TikTok is at George_magician, but my Insta is with a dot.
I'm confused now, George. You've lost me.
Yeah. Jonas says, Michael P. Lair has some great ideas on the Vanishing Candles in his book and DVD. Jordan Davis says, Lululemon is a great trick by Ches
Chris Mayhew. Chris Mayhew. Yeah, so the point about this one was actually his tricks are really quite amusing. That was what I was trying to get across in my cat-candid way.
Eddie Grant says, I got vouchers for my Christmas, spent some of them, does the rest of the money on the ones I've used get credited to the other ones? Not if you've got different ones, no, but if you can drop us an email, we can combine all the vouchers for you with a new code or put vouchers onto another code, etc. But yeah, your voucher, if you use half the credit on one, the other half will still exist on it. Jason says, I've read What Women Want, obviously.
You watched the film. I can't believe you read a book, Trace.
Nigel Quinn says, David Penn will be on ITV tonight cutting a reporter in half. Check out TMC Sawing in Half on the Celebration show. Frank Valenti, what's the name of the book from the review?
Clockwork Apple.
Andy Lewis says, What Women Want by Steve Matthew, not
Mayhew.
Chris Mayhew.
Oh yeah, that's just me being rubbish then. Yeah.
Clockwork Apple is $22.99, says Jason. Andy Lewis says, Steve Mayhew wrote What Women Want, not Chris Mayhew. I've done that one already. Adam Evans says, can you put the pink book aside until the end of the month, please? It's by Books of Wonder, is it?
Yeah, he's talking about Subtle Card
29.
Creations, Volume 8.
Right. Can you put the pink book aside until the end of the month? What pink book?
Subtle Cards Creation, Volume 8.
What, can we put it aside for him? Is that what you mean? It's difficult to do that, Adam. We get asked for this a lot, and then we put it aside, and meanwhile somebody else can't order it, so we have to get another one in. And if for any reason you cancel, we end up with two in. It's we try not to put stuff aside. So yeah, ideally it's not perfect for us to do that, mate. I'm gonna sneeze now. Bloody cold. Chris Gallagher says, Michael J. Fix did it on this morning's news. Jordan Davis says, are you going to stock Stackwatch version 2?
Probably not.
No, some losers saying we won't be stocking it.
Just
and not
learn it.
On it. Yeah,
learn it.
You don't
the
need
whole point is that you learn it. You don't have to think. You don't have to get a glimpse. And I think even if you have learnt it, as soon as you put that watch on, you're going to start using the crib, even if you know the answer. I think you're better off without it.
Nigel says it'd be great to see a rebirth of Egg for Life. Yeah, so the Egg for Life, we put months into this. I mean, I shudder to think how many thousands of pounds we invested in trying to do this. The problem with the Egg for Life is inside the egg are these two dermis layers I spoke about earlier. Now we can make a solid egg through a hole the size of a hypodermic needle. The problem is the resin goes inside, but it doesn't seep through those dermis layers into the pores of the egg. So if you drop or tap the eggshell is as fragile as a normal egg is. That outer shell breaks away, just leaving the actual solid inside of the egg itself. So we need to find a way to dissolve the inside of that dermis layer. To make a hole big enough to remove the dermis layer, it's going to be nearly 10 mil, because you've got to be able to pull the dermis layer out through the egg.
Well, it's silk to egg, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare to do. So then we started moulding eggs, but then you get a seam line, and although we have managed to mould eggs and make them perfect and sand off the seam line, you've then got a smooth layer, and no matter how you paint that, it doesn't look lifelike enough close up. You need to use a real egg. We tried gimmicks that break eggs perfectly in half and then glue them back together, and then just sort of slightly spraying over it. We can do that and kind of make a white one, but you can't again spray a brown egg the same as a brown egg colour, because you'll never get a real one to match should you want to do that. So we're still working it. We have looked at different chemicals to try and dissolve the inside of the dermis layer, because it is a protein, and if you've got something that will dissolve a protein but not the actual calcium of the shell, we might be able to get that to work, but the chemicals are just too dangerous to use. We have to have special licenses to be able to hold them, so there's a lot of work gone into it, but we haven't given up on it. We will at some point. We look at it when we have more time.
Basically, if you put an egg in vinegar the shell completely dissolves, and you're left with this the egg intact inside the dermis layer, and that is the thing that we can't.
And that if you were to do that, acetic acid is better than vinegar. It actually does it quicker. And if you were then to get a soldering iron and pierce a hole into that little thing and empty the egg out, you've got one of the little egg gimmicks that you can make like a flat pedal and just
But you'll find if you get that dermis, you can stick that in just about anything, and it will still be there hours later.
Yeah, we tried all kinds of chemicals. We actually tried to contact some people who do snake venom, because a lot of snake venoms, if you get bitten by a snake, it'll dissolve your skin. It basically eats proteins. It will dissolve your skin and literally eat away your whole arm. And we were looking if we could get something like that to put inside it to eat it away, because it wouldn't eat away the calcium in the egg, but it would dissolve the protein in the egg, allowing the resin to pour into the porous things. But those are the things we try. I mean, the silk to egg gimmicks, I have a way of making those. Now, if you go to Murphy's and buy a silk to egg gimmick now, you're buying somebody else who's making them now, a massive great big hole in it, and they've done what we've done. I don't know whether they use ours or not, but they put the resin inside, but they don't remove the dermis layer. And which makes it makes it very, very weak. And the reason they haven't removed it is because it's a nightmare to remove. We have found a special way of doing it, my little secret way of doing it. It uses a vacuum chamber and some special chemicals. But without that, the silk to egg gimmicks won't last 5 minutes. But in the process of trying to learn that, or find a way to remove the dermis layer, I tried everything. I put slugs inside it, I put snails inside it, I put ants, beetles, I used every chemical I could possibly imagine inside it. I tried heating it, microwaving it, air blasting it. I tried so many different methods. You wouldn't believe the levels I went to. It took about 2 years. I went to, it took about 2 years to find a way to produce the eggs as I do now. It wasn't easy. George says, I really wanted to buy a Vanishing Candle. We've done that one already. Chris says, are we making up foreign names to make Dave's head explode?
Seems like it.
It's already on the verge of exploding at the moment. Anyway, they're bloody cold. This horrible man flu. Evening, guys, says Andrew Corrigan. John Middleton says, you've seen JBPV Wallet yet, lads?
Jean-Pierre Valerino. No, we haven't seen it yet.
No. I haven't either. No. Jordan says, do you make pneumonical book? So do you sell a pneumonical book? How much? Yes, we do. It's on the website, Jordan. Don't know off the top of my head. Jordan, we have a beautiful website, propdog.co.uk. There's even prices on there, says Jason. However, Jason, it's www.propdog.co.uk, not comma.
And also, it shouldn't be capital. If you capitalised that PropDog there, couldn't you capitalise the D and dog? If he really cared.
It's Jason, And you think this is Ace Heart will vanish? Will Ace Heart will varnish? Stop the egg gets cracked?
So you can. I mean, I covered it with. I used to do an egg bag. I was trying to do an egg bag routine, and I mixed PVA glue with some water and painted it on to form a hard shell. So you can, what Andy's hinting at there is you can cover the egg from the outside with something, but you end up with a glossy kind of. It almost stops the point of it being a real egg because it starts looking like you've covered it in something.
If you use a clear varnish, it might hide it a little bit, but not much. But it won't look right at all. If you paint it, you're going to lose the paint colour, because if you paint an egg, it just doesn't look like an egg anymore. The only way you can paint it is to paint it white. So the white eggs we use here, we can now get white eggs, but we used to just get brown eggs and paint them white, and they look as good as white eggs, because white eggs are white eggs. But it's a brown eggs need to look a very certain colour. So if you had one with a crack in it, you could. My advice would be paint it a few times over the crack and then sand it down and then paint the whole egg white instead of brown. But most people in the UK don't use white eggs. It's mainly America that use white eggs. Jordan says, laugh out loud, we'll look after the show. We'll look after the show. Oh, you're going to look after something. Yeah, okay. Doug Heath is so much for the quick live, almost an hour and a half now. Yeah, without a single product. Adam Evans says, Illusions have got Stackwatch version 2 out. Don't know why, as I'm just getting used to version 1, and version 2 is more expensive. Why would you have a version 2 anyway? A Stackwatch is a Stackwatch. It shows you a stack.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why have a second version?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know why you'd have a crib for a stack that you're meant to learn. You're meant to learn it. That's what it's for. Learn it.
Well, we've caught up with all the questions now. We're not going to do any giveaways today, guys. yeah, it's too late. We're going to have a break from the giveaways.
I would just say check out Smudged. I was checking out Smudged earlier this week. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful. And you get to see Dave Lucy, who really should...
And we're not making any money at the moment, so giveaways aren't good. But yeah, just show you Smudged very quickly. If you don't know, I'm going to come the other side of the camera with 2 hands. So this is Smudged over there. Can you see it?
I can see that's perfect. Nice and
go.
clean.
1, 2, and smudge that away to be the 6 of clubs. And there we are, the 6 of clubs. So that is Smudged. Yeah.
You get two revelations. So you get 2 pens.
Two pens, 2 revelations. I think it's great. It's I prefer to Remarkable, to be honest.
I prefer to Remarkable.
Yeah. Right, okay. George says bye bye and have a great show. And Jordan says Memory Arts Books it's ace, says Jordan.
Yeah, Harry Lorraine also has a good book on memory stuff as well. If you want memory in general rather than just stacks.
There we go. Otto says, Dave, did you try bromelain as an enzyme to break down the ecdermis layers?
Yeah, it's like pineapple juice.
It's in the Finding Pineapple. I didn't try bromelain. No, I've never heard of that, but I will check it out. Thank you for the. Have you?
Yeah.
Didn't work?
No.
Yeah. I've tried so many different chemicals. There was one chemical that might do it, but it's so dangerous. Literally, one drop on your skin, it will just eat your skin away. Even if you put water on it, it makes it even worse. So yeah, I wasn't going to play around with that. Wasn't worth it. Hans says, thanks for the show. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Says Andy Dingley. Cheers. Guys, says Pete Meacham, I'm going to place an order probably tomorrow. Best wishes, be safe. Thank you all for joining us, guys. Apologies, there wasn't many products to show this week, and apologies for me being all blocked up and just not quite with it today. My mind is kind of like the inside of an egg that's been beaten around a lot. There we go. Right, okay. Hopefully PropDog stay alive after July. Say goodbye, Aki. He's miles away. Stay awesome, guys. So Stacey, I really hope Biz picks up a bit. Yeah, so do we. It's getting scary. Luckily, there's a government grant. We've just got loan. We've just got the bounce back loan, so we have got a bit of money in the bank, but I'd rather not use it because I have to pay it back in a year. Thank you, guys. Aki and Bobo, stay safe. Everyone said Nigel Quinn. See you later, guys. Have a nice weekend and stay well, stay healthy, and don't get COVID. Bye.